How would you evaluate the 2025 season?
It was a tough season. Obviously, the wins didn't add up the way we wanted it to. But the one thing that we can take away from this is that we have a good young nucleus of players here from that rookie class. And, I think they did some really good things. There was growth throughout the season. So I think there's a lot of things to look forward to in the future. In terms of, this could be the foundation here in terms of the culture that we want to set here. And we also have some other really good players in the roster here too. So once again, like the wins didn't add up, but really just happy about the growth and development and where we can really take this thing.
Yeah, I mean, you took the words out of my mouth. You laid a foundation in 2025. And while wins and losses, I know, isn't the end result you would want, it feels like there were a lot of other wins that happened off of the field. Did it feel that way to you in terms of building a front office, in terms of the players that you drafted, all the time that they got on the field in 2025?
Yeah, and that's part of the process when you come in and you're trying to build it up is first you got to have the right people in there. And I think we do have the right people in that front office with Chad and Dave Ziegler and Reggie and Dan Sag. The entire scouting crew is really good. And it's going to be beneficial to go through it for a year, and this is going to be year 2 that we implemented the new system there. So a lot of positive things there, a lot of really good people in the building, and a lot to build on in terms of these young players too.
And before we move forward, just a word about Mike McCoy and the job that he did in 2025 for you.
I mean, tremendous. Mike and I have a great relationship. It was very seamless from day one. We communicated every day. But what Mike really did is he brought that positive energy to the building every day. And it was a reflection on our players too. Mm-hmm. The way they showed up every day and worked, the energy they had, you would never know that, we weren't putting up the wins that we needed to. But I credit Mike and the entire coaching staff for really pushing these guys and them really playing hard on game day.
I want to ask you more about the culture, because being on the practice field with you throughout the season, something that you would say to me as we were standing next to each other on the field is you said, I've been through some tough times in the NFL where it was hard to come to work. And you said that was never the case in 2025, that you really were impressed by the team culture. Can you give us some specifics of what you meant by that?
Yeah, culture is just all about your habits every day when you come to work. It could be a lot of different things, but the example of that is really just, the guys coming to work every day and then playing for one another. Bringing that energy every day, working hard, the attention to details, putting in all the study that you need to have to be a successful team. And then when you start to build the roster like this, it's like stacking players. And then all of a sudden you got a whole locker room full of these guys who are just obsessed with football. Yeah. And they do the right thing and they play for each other. So that's when you really start to build a winning culture.
Jeffery Simmons in 2025. Mike, you've seen some special play in the National Football League throughout your time in this league. How would you evaluate what Simmons did this season?
Impressive. I've always been I guess not a fan, but when I was playing against him over the years, you didn't want to play against him. But I certainly, when I came here and just the way he works, his leadership this year has been unbelievable. And then to actually get on the field and see him do it in practice and on game day, just the strength that he plays with, the determination, he's relentless, and he's everything that you look for in a player.
Fans see his impact on the field and the way that he was able to perform at his career best level. They don't see what he does off of the field, what he does in the locker room, what he does on the plane, what he does in practice each day. It felt to me he was just as special at that as he was on Sundays.
I'm glad you hit that point too, because he does so much off the field and in the community, not only here in Nashville, but back home, every day he's trying to help people out, whether it's in the locker room, whether it's off the field. Jeff is just a special human being.
He's an all-pro?
Oh, he's an all-pro to me.
Yeah.
He should be.
Yeah, I know that there's some people that will be making that decision here in the weeks to come about him and about Chim Dike, who led the National Football League in all-purpose yards in 2025.
Yeah, I was really proud of Chim, and that goes back to just the culture and the habits, and he exemplifies all that from day one. When he got into rookie minicamp, he was just relentless on the practice field, in the film room, and then he had the opportunity to get out there and start to return kicks and punts, and he's got speed. And he made a lot of big plays for us here this year, and he's really doing well developing into a receiver now. So, yeah, he's got a bright future here.
You said that he had extraordinary practice habits.
Yep.
I mean, he's everything that you would want from somebody that you bring onto a football team that you draft in the 4th round.
Everything. I mean, the competitive juice. He's unselfish. He just works at his craft daily. That's what we talk about these guys. We're like, do you love football? Not just on game day, but all the other stuff that leads up to game day. All those practices, those long hours that no one sees you working. That's what he's put in, and that's why he has the results on the field.
You know, Mike, I've looked back at a lot of your time in Kansas City, and you guys had a lot of great draft classes there from a year-in, year-out basis. And I think all of us marvel at the front office's ability, the personnel department's ability to draft this class from 2025. I'm interested to know what your evaluation is of this rookie draft class.
Yeah, I think they've been really good. Like I said, I think they can be the foundation here because of not only their physical talent, their abilities. It's all the other stuff that they bring to the table, the football characteristics that they bring to the table. That's what you want. And all these guys had an opportunity to get out there in the field. I was glad Jackson finally got out there and did a nice job here the last game. But they've all contributed here this year. They all have invaluable time and reps on the field that is going to be so big for them next year that they know they can play in this league now. And some of them, they're going to play at a high level here too.
And of course, that includes the first pick in the draft. What did you think of Cam Ward's first season in the NFL?
Yeah, everything that he went through, early on, just the adversity and the way that he was able to battle back and to get better down the stretch in the face of adversity. And that's why we loved them coming out. It was not just the physical arm talent, because he did make a lot of those wild throws here this year, and you can see it. But it's just his ability to push through. I mean, that's been his whole life, his whole career. And it's been really impressive. So, I'm really hopeful for Cam here that he's going to be the leader here. He's our franchise quarterback, and we took him number one for a reason.
Lots of injuries to deal with that happened around him. And you said that you never saw his preparation, his confidence, his performance, his attitude waver throughout all of that.
It's amazing because I'm always studying people as an evaluator and just, seeing their body language and how he reacts. I mean, he's like this, even after a bad play, just very steady. And just, all right, let's go to the next play.
You can't take football away from that guy. Like he just wants to be here. He's
here
right now.
Sometimes you have to kick him out of the building.
Yeah, I was going to say he's here right now as we're talking.
Yeah.
In the days ahead, this organization is going to hire a new head coach. Of course, you're going to lead that. How have the last few months helped you prepare for the next few weeks?
Yeah, we've done a lot of work, a lot of calls, research calls on these candidates, background information. And it's obviously, it's going to be one of the most important decisions we make here. The leader of this team, the leader of this of the locker room, and really the guy that really connects the building. So leadership is what we're looking for here. We really don't care one side of the ball or the other. We need a leader in here that can build a culture, that can have a vision, that brings standards to the table. Right? This is what we're doing, and then he can hold people accountable, and that's what we're looking for here.
Yeah, you just basically answered what you're looking for in a head coach, and you constantly talk about those leadership qualities, holding people accountable. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a certain kind of personality. It's just a consistent sort of ability to lead and hold people accountable each day.
It's demanding. You see it in all different ways. Some people have the alpha personality and be demanding. Some people just come to work every day and just won't allow things to go by, but they don't have to do it in a loud way. Just be demanding.
Yeah.
And that's what leadership is to me. Having that clear vision, having a standard for what you're doing, and then to hold everyone accountable to that standard. They come in all different personalities, but being demanding, having a vision is a big part of it.
I recently had a chance to visit with the Borgonzis. The Zarzers and the Borgonzis are new citizens of the city of Nashville. How much of a benefit do you think that is moving forward, being a part of this community for this new head coach?
It's a big part of it. Just for myself, moving down here with our family, who absolutely love it. Just the city of Nashville, their schools that they're at, the people that you meet. I really can't think of it, but this is why a lot of people just want to move down here to Nashville. It's a great place to come and raise a family too.
Yeah, it really is. And I can verify that the Borgonzi kids love the city of Nashville. Yeah. Finally, as we wrap up here, Mike, what does it mean to you to be a Titan? When I say that, when I say what you want a Titan to be, what does it now mean to you to be a Titan?
You're looking for somebody that's just they're tough, they're smart, they're dependable, right? And they believe in unity and they're unselfish, and they just have a relentless commitment to the game of football. Everything that they do, and I think that we have a lot of guys in here right now that have that, and we're gonna keep adding them in here this offseason.
We certainly have that in our general manager. Mike, congratulations on all that you've done so far in building this thing. Only upwards from here. Tighten up. Thank you, sir.
Tighten up. Thank you, Till.